Hi, I'm George the Weather Dad. I hope you had a great fall weekend. We did. We went out with some friends to a pumpkin patch and picked our gourds and pumpkins and squashes. Now tune in tomorrow for Weather Classroom and I'll be explaining the differences between a pumpkin, squash, and gourd. But until that time, we're going to be talking about this week's weather, and it's starting off relatively cool for most of us for us today. But by Wednesday, we're starting to see a little bit of a warm up. You see it there in the central U.S., and by Friday, that warm air works its way almost up into the Great Lakes. Now, as far as precipitation is concerned, we have a couple areas that we're really going to have to watch. There's energy along the west coast producing some very heavy rains for you today, and that's going to work its way west. But also this area down in Mexico, it's pretty much further south right now, but it is going to work its way into Texas and potentially bring some severe weather to the Gulf Coast and the southeast. Now, by Tuesday, you see that system really working its havoc across the Pacific Northwest, and even portions of California will see some rain. But this area now is starting to work its way into Texas, and we have some precipitation, some cool precipitation, even a little bit of snow up in Canada and even up into the Great Lakes. Now, by Wednesday, we're starting to see some showers there in Iowa and Missouri, but this bit of energy now works its way into the Rockies, producing some snow there. But look what happens along the Gulf Coast. Very heavy rains, potentially even some severe weather. Let's jump to Friday and look what happens. A major system across the Midwest and the upper Great Lakes, and that's going to bring in potentially some severe weather, even for Illinois, Indiana, as well as Ohio and Kentucky. Now notice what's happening here in the Gulf of Mexico. Let's go on into Saturday. These two areas of energy combine, and you can see very heavy rains down in Florida along the southeast and then working its way up into New England. It's also going to bring some very chilly air for most of the Midwest, the high plains, and the Great Lakes area, and that's going to head on into next weekend. If you're heading to any college games in this area, lots of rain up in Michigan and Pennsylvania and points towards the east. In Ohio, Indiana, and Illinois and Kentucky, it's just going to be very breezy, what we call some instability showers, because of the fact it's going to be so cold. This whole area will move out, and then by Sunday it's going to be very, very chilly. Temperatures certainly well below normal. So the bottom line is, enjoy the first half of this week, because the other half, well, it may not be so nice. I'm George the Weather Dad. Make sure you tune in to tomorrow's Weather Classroom.